Alright, welcome to another day of Ether Raids. This is a tough match in store for us today. We got
Mother,
off-season Mythics to fight against, and it's the most problematic one, Loki. Mixed with Heimdallr makes this even more challenging because, like I said, I'm still, a little bit uncertain as to how the interaction works. There's something about her where if you attack like an armored unit or something, then the thing doesn't go off. I don't fully get it yet, but there's something there, and I'd like to try to take advantage of it if I can. But we'll see how that goes. I'm trying to figure out who to give the bonuses to, and also, what order to attack in. You know what's interesting here? I was just showing you. It appears, this is conclusive. I mean, everyone probably already knew, but this is, conclusive. Old man here, the bonus copying takes place after Loki cleanses the status effects on the team. So it's from what I can see here, he's able to still have the bonuses available to share, even though he is still getting inflicted by actually I don't even know if he's losing the rest check, so most naturally he's losing the rest check. I don't know if it's after, because from that animation there, it looks like everything happened at the same time, but there has to be some type of turn priority there, because you saw Plumeria lose her bonus effects. She has a ton of stuff. She has +1 movement and a couple other things from Sharena, and also from being in close proximity to the other units here. So she lost some of her bonuses, but you see Alpha here, old perv, he still has the bonuses, as you can see. And you know what's interesting as well, he also has some of the penalties, or I don't know how it works, but he has he stalled. So I'm not quite sure what order that works in, because if it is that he is able to still have the bonus, if he's taking the bonuses after Loki removes everything, Loki should technically be able to remove the +1 movement, and then when he gets the +1 movement back, then he should be cleansed of stall, if you follow my logic there. But he's stalled right now, so he's stalled because of the stall effect from Heimdallr, or he's getting stalled by Loki.
I'll take him.
But no, actually, it's not Loki, because he was in a separate he was in the other outside of that lane to get stalled, and he was still stalled. So it's definitely the Heimdallr effect. So it's hard to tell. Well, I mean, it's conclusive, I guess, there, that it's definitely from the Heimdallr thing, and it's hard to tell. I guess the stall. I don't. The stall, Loki's effect seems to happen before the stall, or is essentially what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I don't know. Interesting stuff there, in terms of how that is all layered, in terms of what happens first and second, third, and how he still ends up having a ton of bonuses, even though he's sitting right in front of Loki. We're going to try to share the bonuses here. One of the things that I noticed from the last time that something like this happened, the last time we played against a Heimdallr match with him, is that with old perv here, is that he will share the stall as well. So yes, I don't even know if it's him sharing the stall or if it's him sharing the +1 movement, and then that gets stalled. I don't know what order that works, but I think he has to be sharing the stall, because, or maybe the stall effect is already there, and then because you share the +1 movement, it then activates and you lose mobility. I think that's probably more accurate, to be honest. Yeah, I think that's probably it, because it wouldn't make sense for him to have. It wouldn't make sense for him to share the stall, because it's a negative, and you wouldn't want to have that. There's no positive to be gained from being able to pass that along. So I think that's probably more than likely what's happening, since there's no way for me to really avoid being inflicted with the stall status effect, since everyone's like within 2 spaces. It makes sense that if you then give someone +1 movement, the stall should trigger. But I've never actually known it to work like that. But since it's not been in the game consistently for such a long time, it's probably easy to forget exactly how it works. So interesting to note that when you pass off all of the status effects that he has, you may end up losing your +1 mobility. So you got to be careful with the interaction there. It just makes playing into Heimdallr teams that more interesting with him. It's really good counterplay. They balance out each other really well, and I like it. I like it. I'm not like it's not a bad thing. I like that these 2 units are fairly balanced between each other, just like Freyr plus, I was going to say Freyr and Elamine, but that wasn't balanced. It was just Freyr dominating, just like stepping on her throat. So, but this is a lot more balanced, and you have to be careful and think through what you're doing when you're interacting with when these 2 units are on the field of play, because it can definitely impact your strategy. So it's a lot going on here. It's a lot that I'm having to think about. How do I get up here? How do I step on these traps? Because I do want to clear some of these traps before initiating, because I think I'm going to need the space. At least this one right here. Okay, that's the real one. Okay, fine. How do I get her back? You see there, he's gravitied, and that's not because of Loki. That's because of stall. I wish I had some more warp mobility here, but we'll make it work. I think I can get away, because Valley is the one that we have to escape, and she won't get the Limb Ring range until the next turn. Interestingly enough, Valley's here, which, why? Why is she even here? This is Anima season, by the way. If this looks completely unfamiliar to you, it's because this is Anima season, and this is basically a dark defense that I'm looking at here. Go figure. But when the unit is strong, you use them. There's no like, what do you say? You can't really say anything to it. I mean, if you want to win, this is kind of what you do. It kind of essentially guarantees that you'll make the top tiers of AR, unless you play into someone who just knows what they're doing, or someone that has the newest, most broken unit. And in this circumstance, I think Ike actually fits that narrative, because I've seen some of the stuff and he's actually pretty cracked. But let's leave that for a later date. But right now, this is a rematch, because my defense is actually taking quite the battering this week, which is something that I kind of identified, since more people have summoned for the old creepy man here. He kind of, like I said, hard counters my defense in particular, because I'm running Essence Drain. And, while it's not active on turn 1, a lot of the times they don't initiate on turn 1, they wait until turn 3 to get that extra unit, which is a lot of the times Camilla. And then Camilla gets her 2 actions. 1 action to take out Nurgle, or whoever the near save is. They copy my Essence Drain. Is that how it works? No. 1 action to take out Nurgle. They're able to copy my Essence Drain because of the old man, who they use to smite Camilla up closer to get past the terrain effects that I have from the Corrin Ring. So, actually it's no longer there, because Camilla terrains cancel each other out, so it's a whole interaction. I don't know, maybe I'll show it off. It's been a couple of weeks now. I haven't really shown a full defense replay, just because I've been running the same thing over and over again. It's kind of, I haven't built a new defense in a while, so it's kind of boring to just show the same thing over and over again, aside from looking at different ways that players initiate into my defense, which some of them have been not that interesting, but then there are others that have been pretty successful in terms of them being able to win and using innovative strategies to do so. So I have shown off a couple of those, but lately there just hasn't been anything too crazy for me to show off. But this particular week for Anima season, I think I'm probably
I'll not lose.
I don't know if I'll do all of them, or if I do, I'll probably just not turn on animations. But
I'll take
I think it's beneficial to show how the interactions with Essence Drain, Nurgle, and the old perv here I think it's interesting to show how that can all work together in a negative way for your defense. I'm actually thinking of dropping Nurgle from the defense because I've taken at least 3 losses so far, because not necessarily because of him, because the thing is Camilla would have one-shot Rhea anyway, but because she has Essence Drain because of the old man, all of my bonuses get stolen, and then it's a lot easier for anyone that follows behind Camilla to then sweep up, which usually Sharena or some other Gale Force unit, but then to be fair, it would have been easy for them anyway, because the bulkier threats once gone, you know, there's just not a lot left on defense for the Gale Forcing team, initiating team to really worry about. So Camilla takes away the most scary units, and then, you know, everyone that follows up after Camilla just deals with like the range nukes, or, you know, you have Marth, of course, you have Hodor, and I have Ryoma, so there are ways to deal with those units without using Camilla. So it is a negative, but then also
satisfactory.
It's hard to really assess how much of a negative it is. But I'm thinking I should probably take out Nurgle because of it, because I feel like it'll lead to more losses. That's what I feel like. Even though I've really enjoyed using Nurgle in that position, I think it's probably time to take him out, unfortunately. It's like, what, 3 weeks that I got to have some fun? I mean, I was using him before, but I mean, it was really great to have him back for this while that he's been there. I don't think I'll take him out now because everything's already locked, and it'll be a pain to change everything, but he's definitely going to be replaced or removed. I'm thinking, I don't even know who to put in there. I think I'm down to like minus 152 or something, 50 something. It's a lot of minuses. So there's no real rush to swap anyone out right now. I could put in Heimdallr because it is her bonus season. So I could put her in, but I mean, I don't know. I don't really know if I want to.
Why not?
I don't know. Because I was trying to think of a configuration where both her and Nurgle were on the team. But I couldn't really think of a way to, because she would have to be in the extra slot, and then that kind of defeats the purpose. So I don't know. We'll see what I do. Yeah, I'll have to do something because Ike is here and he looks like a good unit. I think I mentioned earlier, but yeah, still trying to figure out how to exactly initiate on this defense. I think I have a clear picture in mind of what I'm going to do. It's just whether or not it's going to work. Heimdallr here is the magic save. Fat res, a lot of res there. Don't know if I'll be able to take her out, but we'll figure it out, I guess. I'm going to be banking a lot on Golvig. That's why she's in the corner here, because she needs the bonus effects to work. Because without it, she just doesn't do enough damage. So I'm thinking of, like, you know, using Heimdallr to give her those additional bonus effects, but the positioning is kind of bad. I'm trying to avoid Loki. This whole 13 minutes, I've just been trying to avoid Loki with the units that need the bonus effects to function. I'd love to be able to get the swap over on, to get the future focus on Golvig as well, but Marth Lucina is getting stalled because, like, stall is very strong, man. It's really a pain. But yeah, that's currently what I'm trying to figure out. Jez, I think, will have to be the one to save us when it comes to being able to take out Armored Bro. Golvig, as you would have seen in the previous video, fails. Sharena can do it. I'm pretty sure Sharena can do it. But we're going to have to depend. I think it's better off depending on Chez, as she's more consistent. So we got Veronica here. I had to set it up so that she comes up right there, but unfortunately, she loses a lot of her status effects because she's, again, Loki. Good unit. Really annoying unit. Best defensive supportive unit in the game, I want to say. But the positive here is that we're going to at least try to get some effects onto Veronica here with Lucina Marth. and then
I'll not lose.
I don't know. We'll figure it from there. Maybe I'll use the old man to give the remaining bonus effects to Veronica with his ability to smite, bonus sharing smiting thing that he does. I was really wondering, like, how is he able? Because I have base get rally up attack. A lot of times your units already have blue bonuses to attack and speed. So I was like, how is he able to still rally up attack? Even though, I have the blue bonuses active, it actually boils down to the chip damage, which is why that's there. Go figure. I mean, maybe you could have just used the Reap a positional skill to get your unit further up the map for, whatever the situation might call for, like a double smite maybe. But the rally gives you bonuses, and then I'll give it a shot with maybe a double smite because I think that might actually be beneficial. But then if he stalled, you won't be able to get below and then smite, so it's problematic because first off you're pushing the unit away, and then you'd have to get there, so then it can be complicated. So that's more than likely why the rally is there, kind of like with evil baby Golvig.
As expected.
The one that's evil. Or the one that turns into the golden sneer. I forget what her name is. H something. Just like with her, the fact that she has a rally assist instead of a positional assist, Heimdall is really similar in that way, and it works out beneficial for both of them. Whew. Okay, so we're going to get going. Shez here is going to be the initiator. Very, very good unit, this Shez. Like I said, I've been seeing her do 400 with Comet, 300 with Comet. It's real hard, man. Like, real hard. I've been looking at the similarities with her and legendary female Shez, and they're very, very similar units, actually. Just a few differences in playstyle. I would love to give legendary female Shez some type of disarm trap as well, but she really kind of needs that speed taker, or one of those skills that gives her additional damage output, because she can miss kills even though she has that effective damage. So I'd love to actually fodder this Shez to the legendary one, but I think I'm actually going to keep this Shez around because she just does so much damage that I can't think of a way to drop her. I'm actually thinking back now to the summer Shez and wondering if she could perform in this meta, but I don't know, maybe not. Maybe her weapon doesn't put out enough damage, but I'm sure there's like skills and stuff that we could give to her, like Astra. Well, she doesn't have the special acceleration, but I don't know, there's probably skills that we could give to her to improve her functionality in the current meta. Now, a bit more on this defense. I think the combination of units here is fantastic. We have Midius popping up now in the secret summoning hole to stop any bolt power stuff from going off, which is, something that a lot of people have been doing. Currently, I'm struggling because of Valley and how fast she is. I think I've mentioned this before. She is very quick, and typically takes 2 initiations to remove, which is a waste of an action. So you're going to have to dedicate some amount of your action economy just to taking her out, unless you get her down with an AoE first or something. But here we go with the Heimdaller matchup. This is good, but we're going to need to send somebody else up there because we need Golvig to get her actions as well. So a lot to consider. I was hoping to be able to take out at least everyone up until Marth, or everyone except Loki, but looks like I'm going to have to change my priorities here, and we may be leaving an additional number of more units alive than I initially thought. Even Golvig is able to do it now with all of the bonuses that she has, which is good.
As expected.
So I just got to figure out who I have to initiate with here. I think it has to be Golvig because she's the only one here that can change the terrain effects. The Corn terrain is really annoying and I need to get rid of it, and Golvig is the only one that has a alternative option with Deadly Miasma. So I think we're going to have to initiate with Golveg. Especially since you can take out Heimdall here. This is probably the best bet. Anyone else who would have tried to initiate would have gotten caught in Cancer Control, since they're all range units here, and I already used my dance. So since Golvig has additional actions here, it makes the most sense to attack with her, which, I don't know, I guess that's along the lines of the plan that I had in mind initially, but it feels like we're already a bit behind here with the number of units that we have to take out. Maybe I should have initiated... Well, no, I still needed Veronica to get things going here, so... Yeah, Veronica is very... Even though she ended up not really attacking, I needed her to remove the Foresight Snare, since I couldn't figure out how the thing worked in terms of if you attack someone with the save and blah blah blah, then the Foresight Snare doesn't trigger, but... it's confusing. Unfortunately, it means that Veronica here can't actually do anything, but she did her job with the Lin Ring, at least. I was actually hoping to be able to positional swap with her, but then I forgot that she inflicts, or once you attack, even with the Lin Ring, when you attack, you still get hit with isolation, and once you get hit with isolation, then you can't swap, which is the thing that I wanted to do. So it's luckily that I had taken advantage of the swap beforehand, but yeah, Heimdallr's Foresight Snare is pretty strong. Let's just leave it at that. I think this is probably the first time that we've had someone that can inflict isolation on offense, meaning as a negative. So isolation has been in the game a really long time now, but typically it's something that has been in the player's hand and not the opposing team. So to have it be something that is accessible now for the opposing team to use, it's actually kind of scary, because a lot of the times we'll, whiff an attack or go in to initiate, and then we don't worry too much about it because we can reposition or draw back or something and get the unit out. But with isolation now, that becomes a non-issue. Like, you can't do that anymore, pretty much. I guess Shadow Shift probably still works, because it doesn't really count as a positional movement, but then you're just trading one unit for another in that same spot. Isolation on, or rather in enemy hands, it's quite strong, and I didn't anticipate it being an option for them, because it's such a player focused skill. You just didn't consider the AI being able to use it well, which this Ike here is actually a fantastic implementation of what Heimdallr. My apologies. Heimdallr is actually a fantastic implementation of what we can expect moving forward from more isolation units. Maybe we'll get like a what's her name? The Dragon Girl, and she's on Dragon Lady, and she's on offense, Mythic Light.
It will be so.
Duma's sister. Can't remember her name right now, but maybe at some point we'll get a version of her that's playable on defense, that will inflict isolation on a unit that is within. But if you can end your turn and then dance, it's still a wasted action, but you can at least get rid of it. But having it inflicted after you attack means that you can't remove it as easily as you would be able to normally. So yeah, very, very strong on Heimdallr, and I think she'll be annoying with at least that for a while, but we'll figure out how to avoid it, like I said, in due time.
Aha, as expected.
Now, the other thing that I wanted to point out, I think we gotta start, gotta run away here, because the key unit that we wanted to take out there was the duo, Elencia, because she had the Micaiah ring, and she would have made things a bit weird if she was to positional swap. Even though I got the the horn ring here, and I could have probably stopped some amount of warping, it probably would have gotten her a little bit too far down the map than I would have liked. But yeah, one of the other things that I wanted to talk about is the reception for this banner. For the latest banner, the CYL1 banner, the redo. It's been so divisive. I was quite surprised at the amount of people that seemingly hated this banner or this iteration or this
Need anything?
implementation of what IS has done here. I thought it was actually a good try. Some of the critiques were fair in that there were some resources that were removed to facilitate this banner being available to us now. The note orbs, note summoning tickets. I guess those are fair concerns or comments. I don't know, but honestly, IS gives us way more free stuff than most other gachas, so I don't necessarily see a problem with them not giving out anything free on a banner that is so premium, and these units are going to be so strong and actually have some amount of longevity from just the eye test. I think these units are going to be able to last a while. Even Vanitas is going to be good. I feel just let it rot, let it sit with you for a bit. That Vanitas is going to be a good unit. Finally get rid of Valley here. We're going to start trying to get rid of her. This is kind of what you have to do, or what I was doing in Rucker Sieges as well. So it's good that I brought Shez, or that she's a unit available as a bonus option, which, to IS's credit, they have been doing a fantastic job of aligning the bonus units against units that you would be facing in these challenging game modes. So they've done a terrific job there. I'm just trying to see here if Golva is going to get her additional action, or if we're just done now, since we did 3 of them on the last turn, and I think she should get 1 with her refine or somewhere, at least 1. But we're going to see. We're going to attack and then see what happens. But yeah, a lot of divisiveness within the community over this banner. And honestly, I think it's just like people wanted more free stuff. And again, we already get a ton of free stuff. It's not necessarily like something that we even have to play for. We get free stuff just by logging in. So them wanting to move the premium route on this banner is not like the worst thing in the world, in my opinion. Yes, they could have offered us some tickets or whatever to summon a double spark, by the way. Double spark. Usually with banners like this, it's only 1 spark. Or they could have just made the banner 1 spark and then you would have 0 chance of getting anything. But with double spark, you get a higher, possibility of being able to pick up all 3 of the units there. So I don't know. I feel like that is being overlooked as well. Very generous again from IS. I like the banner. It's a good banner. And a lot of the complaints that I saw just were like, not necessarily geared towards the banner, but more so towards things that IS could have done better to improve the experience of the player base. I love the fact that this was an attempt of them trying to do something that the player base has requested for quite some time now, to do something with these CYL units that we've all voted for, that have aged out and just are no longer good. Do something with them so that we can get some more longevity out of them. Granted, this is kind of the worst case scenario where you basically have to pull for a whole new unit instead of using the units, or rather upgrading the units that we already have, which I'm pretty sure that they can do, or re-refine, is really what we would have ideally liked to have happen. But I can't imagine them doing that until really close to we're about to be done with the game, because a re-refine means that there is no reason for us to pull on a banner, which means there's no money being spent, and it's basically giving out something completely for free, which I guess everyone would have. I can't imagine someone complaining about that unless it was actually horrible. The refines I'm speaking about, and to be fair, the refines would probably be horrible if they were to do that, because refines have been horrible. Like, the refines lately have been really bad. So I like that they went the route of just creating updated kits, whole new weapons, and just giving us something completely new for these units, because it's the best way that they could have thought of to satisfy both the players and their pockets. And you kind of want to meet those two things together when you're running a business like this. Yes, they're making millions, but I feel like sometimes we underestimate how expensive it can be to run the type of business that they're running. Voice actors aren't cheap, especially the ones that they're getting to voice Crom and those characters that we like. They're not cheap. They get paid big bucks. So I'm satisfied with what was provided, and I'm hoping that they improve, or if they are to do something like this in the future, I'm hoping that they will improve upon it with some of the negative feedback that has been returned. Summoning tickets, blah blah blah, give out some extra orbs, why not? Sure. But overall, what they've done as a first attempt, which I guess to be fair, it probably isn't the first attempt because we've gotten soft quality of life updates before, but I feel like this isn't the quality of life update. This is more of a generosity to the players, and I don't necessarily feel like we've gotten something like this similar to this before. I don't think we've gotten something similar to this before. So I feel as a first attempt, this is good, and there's room for improvement on this, and that is a good thing, because if they just went overboard to begin with and just gave us everything, orbs, units, you name it, everything off the bat, then our expectations would be sky high if they were to ever do this again, and it would be impossible to satisfy anyone unless they were to do the same thing twice, which realistically that's not like the most beneficial thing for them bottom line wise, because the voice actors still have to voice the characters, the art still has to be commissioned, everything has to be put into the game from a designer and graphic designer and blah 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 developer standpoint, still have to update everything. All those people have to be paid. The trailers, all those people have to be paid. Yeah, you could still say pay them pennies, but it's quality work. It's really good art, it's really good voice acting, and they deserve to be compensated accordingly. So I don't want to cheat anyone out of, I'm happy to pay for something like this, is essentially what I'm saying. I feel like it's kind of not okay to be complaining so much about something that's been given to us like this good.